How are you doing? Shit. Fucking hell. It's a late night video for me. It's past midnight, and I just came back from rehearsal. Actually, we're rehearsing another play. It's about the Second World War in my town, and this is the third time that we're doing that. Yeah, well, at the end we usually have a couple of beers and relax and talk a little bit, and now I'm home and I don't want to go to sleep yet, and tomorrow's my day off, so I might as well just record something and then have it render overnight, and otherwise I would have done that tomorrow. And I've got some other plans tomorrow because Dave Price, Infected Flinch, asked me to take part in another installment, I guess, of his game. It's actually a prequel to Monitor, right? Nascent, forgot. Nascent something. So, I'll put the title on the screen if I, what's it called? Shit. Turn on the old PC, look it up. Anyway, more voice acting. So I thought tomorrow I would do that, and, I'm gonna be, John Wafer again, but now, I mean, as I said, it's a prequel to the Monitor story. There's been Monitor, there's been Alex, and now there's this. Why can't I think of the nascent? I keep thinking nascent time, but it's not it. I'll think of it. Don't worry. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. D&T Games, Dave Price. I heard that Dave has won, or is nominated for another award for his game, another student game design award. I mean, he's pretty successful with his game. I'm impressed, and I'm glad to be part of it. So I'm going to be John Wafer again. I've been trying to get into character a little bit. It's all pretty grim stuff again, so I read the script, but the script, I mean, Dave's games are like multiple ending games, so it's not like reading a story. It's I have to discover what goes on as well. D&T Games. This is a freestyle video, you understand. Entertainment website? No, Dave Price, there we go. I hate it when computers are slow. I'm just waiting for Facebook bullshit, so. This is also, that's what I was going to do tomorrow. Just give me the site. Jesus Christ. Technology that hardly ever does what you want it to do, does it? Videos. Okay, we're going to look at videos. Nascent state. Gee. Nascent state. Sorry, Dave, that I couldn't think of that, but I've had a couple of beers, so... and it's the end of a long day and the end of a long week, and I couldn't just... and I don't prepare this stuff. which is why I don't have 37,000 subscribers. You know, this is the stuff that you get, and it's fine with me. It's fine with me. I don't count my subscribers. I look at the number though. We're over 600 subscribers, so you know, I'm pretty happy with that. But I also realize that there's people who've been on YouTube for 8 months and they're hitting like 100,000 subscribers. But you know, what the hell? It doesn't. I'm happy with the people who follow me and comment, and I like that. So how did I get there? I don't even know. So Dave, thing tomorrow. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do another coding video. It's time for step 33 on Supernatural. This time it's gonna be interesting because we're gonna make mummies attack, and we're gonna make zombies fall and jump. So there's lots of stuff that is new, and it's a little bit complex. So I thought about doing that tomorrow as well. So we got a busy day ahead, and I got to get up in about 6 or 7 hours. So better make this quick. A pickup video. I picked up some stuff. So over the last, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I bought some items, and I tend to buy stuff that special stuff that is special to me. Let's just have a look. So I've been looking at some Commodore 64 games, Houston titles mostly. So like a Paradroid, a Uridium, a Cybernoid, Cybernoid, but also this Iridus Alpha game, and I mean, living in this country, being so close to the UK, it's all tape country. It's all tape country, and I wasn't a tape guy. I was for a while, but I didn't enjoy it much. I was happy for disc-based games, and I didn't look at another tape ever since. And I don't have any nostalgic feeling for loading old tapes. But the thing is that these games on disc, they are unaffordable. They are too expensive. This game, $60 easily. Cybernoid, 60. I mean, and I'm talking pounds there. And I don't, 67 even. That's sort of 67 pounds seems to be the price for these games. So, not on tape. On tape, they're like 8. And I get that because I don't like tape. But I had to buy these because well, someday there will be a disc version for me, but in the meantime, I just wanted to have a piece of physical media that because this has a manual, and by God, Iridus Alpha needs a friggin' manual. This is an original thing, and you know it's. I can't say this is boxed and complete for some reason. It is, but it's a tape, you know. And so it's got the tape, Commodore 64, Iridus Alpha. I haven't even opened this yet. And it's got the story behind the game and game tactics, bookie. And it's got it's got the screen explained and everything. This is a Jeff Minter game, by the way, published not by Llamasoft, but by also Llamasoft and Hewson. Apparently, they did a little combo thing. If you don't know about Iridus Alpha, it's a real thinker, but it's a good game. And notice something, that the back or the inside of the tape has no manual or paper or cover or whatever, and it has these little prongs to keep to hold the tape in the box. Now, this one, and not being like a non-tape guy, I never got this. I never understood this, but this came in a different little cassette case, and I thought they were all the same, but they're not. This doesn't have prongs now because I had to change it. The case that it came in was broken and had prongs. This cover thingy, this game, by the way, is a Cybernoid, right? So this is one of the better games. Cybernoid 1, Cybernoid 2. These are good games. These are really good games. Mit deutscher Anleitung. It's even multilingual. An orgy of video destruction. This doesn't have prongs, but it did have prongs. The case that it came in, and they had pushed the prongs through the paper, so the paper is demolished. The seller said so I didn't read it, but so I was thinking, how does that work? And I looked in the tape games that I have, and many games have a little flappy thing that has holes, especially for the prongs. I didn't know that. I do now. So Cybernoid and Iridus Alpha. I'm never going to load them off tape. I do have cassette drives, but I don't even want to try it. So, but having this in my Revenge of the Mutant Camels tape game, Paperboy, I like these big tape things, and Dragon's Lair. This is actually, that's funny though, because the pictures on the back are from Escape from Singe's Castle. I think. Yeah, but this is Dragon's Lair 1. Escape from Singe's Castle is Dragon's Lair 2. So, I mean, I like the little collection, even though it's tape. I have to, right? If I had these games on disc, I would be happier, but anyway. They're not really worth anything. They're cheap tape games. And I'm not surprised that they're cheap. Because they suck, basically. You're better off with a ROM version, and then a disc version, and then a tape version. So this one, and I got a bit of a lead into this one because remember, at least I remember the times when you went into an arcade or in a place where they had arcade cabinets, and the stark contrast that you had with your console at home, be it a Videopac or an Atari or even an NES or even a Commodore 64. The games that, I mean, the Galagas and there were some games that you could go home and have like an experience gaming that was almost the same, but Donkey Kong was like one of those games that they could never seem to get right. Galaga was one of those games they could never seem to get right. At least I didn't think so. I saw so many Galaga clones that I thought, again, it's sort of a weak facsimile, but the sounds and the picture, it was never the same. And it was only a few games, like a game like Amidar. Even Pac-Man was constantly being cloned in a way that I thought, this is not the same. And I wanted so much to go home and play the game that I saw in the arcade, but just on my own console, in my own time, not having to wait for anyone, not having to pay money for it. So, imagine, I mean, we had like Kangaroo and a game like Frogger. Frogger was one of those games that sort of almost came close sometimes, but it was never, I could feel exactly that, this is not it. A Donkey Kong clone, I think Mainmeister Alan did a video a while ago of all of the different Donkey Kong versions, and he was actually very positive about many versions, and I thought they were shit, because I compare them to the arcade one, and none of them come close. Like, I think the ColecoVision came close. Now, on the Commodore 64, there's like a Donkey Kong Jr. version. I think, yeah, this would have made me happy back in the day, but I could never find a Crazy Kong or a Donkey Kong that was anywhere close. The sounds were off, the levels. I mean, even if the first girder level had like one missing, or you were walking the other direction, or the speed was off, or So along comes this game at one point, Turtles. Now, Turtles is I think it must be a very early, even for arcade, a very early game, because it was so simple. It was a very enjoyable game. I liked it. It was one of those games. You remember going to the arcade with your money, and I didn't have much of it, but if I had money to put in the arcade cabinets, I was just so pissed off when I had a bad day. Like, you put your coin in Galaga, and you'd find out that you had a bad day, and you would die 3 times in a row on the first level, and your money was gone. That was such a letdown. And it would happen on Crazy Kong as well. Any game, really. But Turtles, I remember that I would feel confident putting money into Turtles, because even though it was a hard game, it was still... I could play that game for a while to get my money's worth out of it. So a friend of mine had a ColecoVision, and he had a version of Turtles, and I thought, damn, that's really good, but he had a ColecoVision. He was the only one I knew, Peter, who had a ColecoVision. And he was all alone in his ColecoVision-ness at that time. Because everyone had either a Videopac or an Atari 2600. Eventually I had a Videopac. And I don't know where. I think my friend Andre had a Videopac. I'm pretty sure he did, because I bought games off him, used games, and he had, I think it must have been him, or my friend Frank, either one of them, they had Turtles, and I was so happy with the fact that Turtles, on the Videopac of all consoles, was actually a good rendition of the game. I was impressed with the music, with the graphics, with the gameplay. I mean, the gameplay on the Videopac was never bad. So this game, this is a good game. I mean, many of the Videopac games are good, but I'm trying to convey the happiness that I felt. I'm not doing a very good job, maybe, but I'm trying to convey the happiness that I felt having this game in my possession back then. Finding it. I think I bought it from Andre, because this was it. This was my whole reason for having a console in the first place. And this wasn't too expensive. It was $16.95, €17. And it's in a little plastic wrapper, which I'm gonna. I mean, I've played Turtles by now on my game recorder of course. But I didn't have a physical... The physical copies, I thought were pretty expensive. But I just looked one day and I found this and I thought, oh, it's not that expensive. So I bought it. 49 turtles. I'm playing it on the. I've played it on the game recorder. Let's see what the manual has to say. Turtles are so happy with this. It doesn't have any. Doesn't have any pictures. Oh, it does. I mean, it looks nothing like it looks here. This is black and white, but yeah, I was really happy for this to exist. So I'm happy to have this in my Videopac collection. Because this is a good game. And then a while ago, I was watching Galacticus X. Lenny Lumbros. He showed this, the Mass Effect trilogy on PC. I have the Mass Effect games on PS3. I played one of them, not to the finish. And I saw this for $20 on a day that I wanted to spend money, and I thought I'd pick it up. So it's the trilogy. It's 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't have 4 in it. But my Greek friend made me buy this, so I don't think I've even installed it on my PC yet. But it's one of those games that I mean to get into. Yeah, well, that's kind of it. I think I should probably hit the sack by now because it's getting late. Nothing to say. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.